Well, hello. Today I have a bit of a shorter one. This is on the ideas of monophony, polyphony, and harmony, and how these different musical elements can all contribute to a song, and how focusing on different elements, they can make really different sounds and guide the listeners to paying attention to different things. So starting out, we have monophony, and that is a single instrument, a single voice, playing a melodic line on its own. There's nothing that supports it, and there's no harmony that's created. So all musical expression has to be based on the melody and modality, how the notes move around. That's the only one and true defining feature in monophonic music. So I have a short bit of a song I put together that's showing only monophony. In this song, there is only one voice that plays a single melody, and here it is. So when listening to something monophonic, you are just following one line the whole time. Now there are some ideas like those put forward by the composer Jean-Philippe Rameau that there's an implied harmony that can be heard. And that makes monophonic music really tricky because every individual note carries the full weight of the song. You have to express an entire idea where it's the movements that are expressing it. Monophonic music used to be more popular before the Renaissance. And in that you heard a lot more subtle fluctuations, more orientation, as the path that a note took on so much significance when you were trying to express something by only being able to have one sound at a time. Then we have polyphony. And polyphony is an overall category for when there are two or more voices in a song. There's biphony, which is only two, and polyphony is just plural. Now, polyphony can result in harmony, but isn't necessarily always built to create a harmonic support layer. Polyphony in earlier Western music often featured two very separate melodic lines that would meander around and sometimes even conflict with each other. Particularly as we got late into the Renaissance, and most significantly as we entered the Baroque period, we begin to see counterpoint emerge as a much more significant element in Western music. There you would see two or more distinct lines that would go to different places, but would generally support each other for an overall unified sound. So what I have is that same song from earlier, from that monophonic song, and this time wrote it for three separate voices. Those three separate voices will go off and do their own things, but are generally supporting each other, and each voice will only be playing one note at a time. Now in that, even though each voice was only playing one note at a time, you could begin to hear harmony emerge, where there will be these chords that come out of the separate voices playing different things, which leads into harmony. And harmony isn't a specific number of voices, instead, it is that emergent effect of multiple voices playing at once. In modern Western music, an underlying supportive harmony, generally of chords, has become a very foundational and defining element. Chord progressions are at the core of what modern Western music is made of. So, to that end, I've taken the same song again, and this time added very clear chords into it. Even though there was already an emergent harmony in the polyphony, in this pure chord progression, playing each chord version, this is a very strong and clear harmony that'll be expressed. In harmony-driven music, you really feel each chord driving along the song's story. The melody certainly remains important, but the overall song feels like its momentum comes from the change in the chords themselves. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll be back with more of these soon, so do subscribe if you're interested. And until then, have a fantastical day.